Some broken pottery and the Iliad are two key ingredients in Yann Martel's new novel. It's called Son of Nobody, and it introduces readers to a Canadian classical scholar and a lost epic tale of the Trojan War. We are pleased to welcome Yann Martel into our Your Morning studios this morning. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Lindsay.
How many times did you read the Iliad again for research for this?
Well, I read it thoroughly at least twice, and then repeatedly sections of it in relation to my novel from different translations. It's a real academic sport translating the Iliad.
Honestly.
So, as I said, twice thoroughly, and then dozens and dozens of times little portions of it.
So for people not acquainted with the text, what can you tell us about how it relates to your novel?
Well, the Iliad is about the Trojan War. We all know about the Trojan War. But the Iliad, in fact, is only a sliver of it. It's 52 days, and it's about a quarrel between Agamemnon, the king of the Greek forces, and Achilles, their greatest fighter. It's all about anger. It's all about failed anger management and the consequences of it when you don't check your anger, which is why it's still a relevant book, because we live in very angry times. This is the first book about it. And so it's about this quarrel between two men who can't get over their anger. And I read it and I said, oh, this still speaks to me about today.
It really does. More so today, I would say, argue, than ever. Visually, this book is really interesting.
Yeah.
I think we've got some photos to show people of how you formatted that. It's not like any other novel that I've seen. Talk to me, so there you go. So talk to me about sort of it's almost like a page break. Talk to me about this choice.
Well, because I had two stories I wanted to tell about this lost Trojan War epic, and I wanted also to account for the scholar. So at the top of the page, you'll have verse fragments of this lost Trojan War epic, and at the bottom of the page, you have footnotes. So it's a novel in verse and footnotes. So either you have verse at the top, and then when you finish a fragment, you will have footnotes. So to me, it's like a dialogue. The past is on the top, the present is on the bottom in footnotes. And what's great about footnotes is each footnote can be very different. So I can say very many different things, either about Homer or the Soad, this lost epic, or about Harlow Dunn accounting for his life. So it allowed each story to have its own space and not be, subsumed into another story.
When you went to your publisher and said, look, this is what I want it to look like, what was the reaction?
Well, there's a bit of resistance. There was this idea, well, why don't you put the footnotes afterwards or at the bottom of the page? And I said, no, they have to have equal rights. So the line is exactly in the middle of the page. There's a bit of resistance, but, it actually works. It really does. It's like a dialogue, a respectful dialogue. When the verse speaks, the bottom is respectfully silent, and then the inverse. And the two speak to each other. It is a dialogue. So it works really well, actually.
It's beautiful.
Feedback has been good.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm curious about your writing process, too. You and I were talking about our kids, your kids and my kids. You have 4 children. I understand that you have this cabin that you write in, is that right?
I have a little tiny studio I had built in my backyard. It's tiny, it's 10 feet by 12. I like cozy spaces.
Yeah.
And so I go there, and it's only about 30 feet from my house, but it's distance enough that my kids don't bother me.
Right,
and
they know not to come there?
Well, no, they come occasionally, but they have no particular reason to. And then I have a treadmill desk, so I'm walking as I'm writing, and...
Pause. So the entire time you're writing, are you walking?
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Tell me about why you love that so much.
Well, because then I'm not sitting all day.
Right, fair.
And you can't use a mouse, but you can use a trackpad, and it's sort of lovely. You're standing, you're walking. You're not walking fast. It's 1.3 miles an hour.
Okay.
And it's just nice. You're just getting this rhythm that as you're walking through your story, you're walking literally on this treadmill.
How many kilometers did you walk for this book? Do you think?
I've written 3 books. I've used that treadmill so often, I had to replace the treadmill.
Really?
Yeah.
You've walked a lot.
Yeah.
The Life of Pi. Can I ask you about Life of Pi? Turning 25 this year?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, 25.
Can you believe it? 25?
No, I can't.
I know. I mean, when you think back, that book went from struggling to find a publisher to selling millions of copies.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an Oscar-winning film. There's a play. When you look back on all of that, how do you feel about Life of Pi?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love all my books. They're like my children. They're different children's, but I love everyone like my children. But this one did exceptionally well, which I did not expect. I thought it's about religion, it's about animals. It's a funny mishmash. No one's going to like it. It's good, but no one's going to like it. And then I was completely surprised when it took off. So I'm still grateful. I'm grateful that people liked it. I still get letters from people.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm grateful that it connected with so many readers.
Well, we're excited that people are able to connect with this new book. Yann Martel, thanks for joining us this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you, Lindsay.
A reminder, the new book is called Son of Nobody. There it is. Beautiful cover.